The Brantford 99ers looked to tighten up defensively as they were hammered 10-2 at the Waterloo Rec Complex on Sunday afternoon. Tonight, the 0-2 Brantford 99ers host the 1-2 Cambridge Winterhawks. Good evening, welcome to the Wayne Gretzky Sports Centre. I'm John Molson. Danny Hanlon had a hat trick and an assist for a 4-point night. Christian Ruskowski and Gary Manns also had 4-point nights for the Siskins, who enjoyed their second straight win over Brantford. Brett Parsons and Guy Polillo had second and third period goals for Brantford. Cambridge had second and third period goals by Kyle Liu and Max Lamontagne. The goals by Kyle Liu and Max Lamontagne not enough Tuesday night as the Winterhawks dropped a 3-2 decision to the Kitchener Dutchmen. Tonight's starting goaltenders for the Cambridge Winterhawks, number 31, Owen Savary. He has a 1-1 win-loss record with a .299 goals against average and a .908 save percentage. Starting in net for the Brantford 99ers, number 31, Matthew Kingsley. Kingsley in his first game for the 99ers after Jack Moylan lost the 2 decisions to Waterloo last week. Zach Magwood on the draw, just about set, and Ferris wins the draw, dragging it through his feet, drops it back for the defender Woods, throws it down the near boards and picked off by Jablonski. Bodagani in the neutral zone. Bodagani to Lamontagne. Back to Jablonski. Lamontagne and Bodagani, 2 of the 3 holdovers from the 2012-2013 Sutherland Cup finalist Cambridge Winterhawks. Lucas Mikulski being the other, the whistle going as the puck stopped beside the Brantford bench 38 seconds into period number 1. The 99ers falling behind 4-0 last week before getting the last 2 goals in the third. Too little, too late for the 99ers in their home opener. Pereira wins it back to the defender. Pereira gets it back at center and drives the puck down the far wing. Liu to Witzel. Witzel gathers it off the board. The pass in behind the net, and Liu goes back up the left wing for Shell, picked off, and Paris Briscoe fires the first shot of the game off the shoulder of Savary. The Winterhawks quickly clear 1 minute and 9 seconds into Brantford's second home game of the year. The icing down the near side and a face-off out to the right of Savary. Pereira and Shard on the draw from the left circle. Pereira wins it, a bouncing puck to the far wall. It's taken away and Liu plays it up the left wing. Dumped back in by Alvestad. And the Cambridge defense now waits in behind their own net. Whistle the short pass to Shard. Plays a bouncing puck up the board. Shard, the nice backhand pass. And Witzel trying to get a stick on it in the slot, and it goes just wide to the near side. Cambridge yet to register a shot on goal. Nolan Ferris back for the 99ers across to Alvestad, and Alvestad takes a big hit from Headley. Alvestad to the far side. Mogi plays it in back beside the net. Headley and Mogi on the right side, and Mogi takes it from the high slot and fires a wrist shot to the far side where it's gloved down by Kingsley. Kingsley playing for the Sudbury Nickel Capital Wolves last season. 16 games played, a .322 goals against average, as it's played out from center by Nathan Ferris to the right wing. Pryor out of Ohio. Zach Pryor now takes it from the end line. Pryor leading the 99ers in scoring with 3 points through the first 2 games. Cummings slides it up the board on the far side. Touched momentarily by Riley McRae. And Cummings drops it for the defense, and Nathan Ferris plays it up the far wall. Glove down, and the shot wide by Quinn Diamond. McRae to the corner. Diamond gets it back. He's shouldered off the puck by Pryor, who fires a cross-ice bouncing pass, and it's picked off by Lucas Zitmanis and played in behind the Brantford net. A bouncing pass through the neutral zone. Badenti and Zitmanis missed the puck. Played up by Jablonski. Jablonski playing a handful of games last season with the Elmira Sugar Kings. Jablonski back again. Backhands it up the sidewall. Picked off by Brantford. An opportunity presents itself. Badenti, Palillo in there. So Badenti with the short pass out from the near side in behind the end line. Badenti shovels out for Palillo, and Palillo tries to go low to the ice. Guy Palillo, Savory may have got a small piece of that, and the pressure by the 99ers results in their first power play. Brantford at 6.7% on the power play. No goals in Waterloo on Sunday afternoon. Witzel whips it around the boards, kept on side by Gus Ford. Ford, top of the blue line, winds up, and it deflects off the stick of the Cambridge defender and out of play. Emerson Small, a nice job there at the high side of the blue line and deflects it into the netting, into the near side. Shard and Pryor take the draw from the left circle. Pryor shovels in to the near side for Palillo. Liu is back against the wall. Pryor digging Palillo, so all three Brantford forwards and Nathan Ferris, no one able to get the puck loose. So the whistle goes in behind the end line on the near corner. 1:19 left in the penalty to Lucas Zitmanis. So Brantford will try to get their first power play goal and get on the board. As mentioned, no goals for the 99ers on the power play Sunday afternoon in Waterloo. Lamontagne intercepts and goes through the neutral zone, well shorthanded. 3 men back for Brantford, and they knock him off the puck. Alvestad head up, goes behind his own net, regroups and brings it down through center, crosses the blue line out to the left, and the pass back by Cummings. The second opportunity, Cummings to Alvestad, and Alvestad fires wide from the far side off the board, and the whistle goes. 33 seconds now remaining in the penalty to Zitmanis. The Winterhawks eliminated in the first round of last year's playoffs, swept by the Stratford Culletons, and the 99ers missing the playoffs in their expansion year. Adkins over the right side, crosses around the defender Liu. Adkins from the bottom half of the left circle and fires a shot wide into the netting and out of play on the near corner. The 99ers losing 17 consecutive games to end last season. Pryor and Headley in the draw. Zach Headley shovels it from his right skate to his forehand, still unable to get it out. Pryor plays it back to the blue line, and the missed pass back to Gus Ford. Horvath, one of the two players out of Ohio, Pryor being the other, back to touch it for Brantford. Zitmanis back on for Cambridge, and the Hawks back to full strength. Polillo, Jablonski behind him, tries to shovel a pass in behind Headley. Mogi intercepts ahead for Ben St. Mercy. Mercy tries to go around Story, the Brantford defender. Story cuts him off, plays it back to the neutral zone, and it's slapped back to the Brantford blue line by Caputo. Turned over momentarily. Caputo plays it to the far side now. Story cuts him off at the far side. The centering pass, and Mogi, his stick lifted by Cole Cummings, and a 3-on-2 resulting the other way. Cummings with a excellent defensive play through the neutral zone for Brantford. Grant into the slot. Mogi breaks free, and Josh Grant into a wide open Jake Mogi, and Mogi with a hard slap shot underneath the right circle. Witzel from the far wall now, gathered in from the right side of the blue line. Witzel a second opportunity, fires wide, turnover here, 2-on-1 developing. Badenti with Cummings to his left-hand side. Trayvon Henry, on the right-hand side. Henry in the 6 sweater, Badenti wearing number 8. And moving through the neutral zone is Polillo, but with 2 defenders back, and Zach Magwood on the back check. Polillo unable to get a shot away. Woods to Polillo. Polillo mishandles momentarily, has to regroup in the neutral zone. Has it taken away by Lamontagne, 3-on-2. Zach Magwood with a shot wide on the near side. Lamontagne off the 3-on-2, the short back pass, and Zach Magwood firing wide to the near side. Under 12 to go, first period of play. No score between the 1-2 Winterhawks and the 0-2 Brantford 99ers. Brantford victorious in their inaugural game last season. Unable to repeat that success this year as they dropped a 4-2 decision to Waterloo last week. The shot low to the ice on the far side. And breaking free, Penwarden the rebound. Briscoe the shot. So Briscoe a shot in tight to the net, and David Story from the left-hand side, and the net knocked off. 2 chances for the 99ers after the pass out from the far side past the end line. And after the 2 Brantford opportunities to draw first blood, the Cambridge Winterhawks back to the penalty box. Devon Shell off for hooking. Atkins at the near line to Palillo, back to the right side. Palillo gets it back from Horvath. Atkins. Horvath, the wind up and the bouncing puck, catching just a bit of the left pad of Savory. Horvath, the feed in off the right side, intercepted by the number 6 Cambridge defender and throwing the length of the ice. Savory out to play it. Jablonski rings it off the glass around the far wall, but not out. Horvath kept it in, this time playing the left side of the defense. Horvath 30 seconds earlier on the other point, and now it's cleared up and around by Zitmanis. Under 10 to go. Devon Shell in the box for the Winterhawks for another 53 seconds. Story to the left side, the drop pass. Horvath winds up, and the shot tipped by Briscoe into the near side. Briscoe gloves it down. Swatted away by Bodegani, back through the neutral zone beside the Brantford bench. Story picks it up, 30 seconds to go in the Brantford power play. Zitmanis back for Cambridge. Cummings works his way around the centering pass. Headley, Penwarden off the interception. Penwarden an opportunity there inside the right circle and tried to get a pass across to Briscoe on the other side. And the Winterhawks about to return to full strength. Story skating deep along the end line, and Story, the shot along the ice from right along the end line far side, and Savory had to keep the right pad against the post. Shell, the short pass out from Caputo. Henry keeps it on side at the left. Witzel gets his skates back. He stumbled slightly there in the near corner. He's got it back once again to McRae. McRae bodied off the puck by Woods. And it's cleared up and out by Witzel. Witzel with 3 opportunities to clear and finally does so. Wood from center. Parker Wood throws it to the far wall. Small around the near side board. Play on the far side. 3 Brantford players against 2 Winterhawks, and it's picked off by Witzel. Witzel fires wide to the near corner off the right-hand side. Under 8 to go. Trayvon Henry and Witzel in the near corner. Witzel shakes off the check, back to Liu. Top of the blue line, slightly to the right. The backhand by Shard hits a skate and goes back out the far side. Witzel from center, the bouncing puck. The Winterhawks go on a change. Brantford a partial change as well. And Alvestad plays it back out to center. Parsons around the 2 defenders. The backhand pass to Horvath. The pass goes behind, or in between the feet of Horvath, rather. Pryor through the defense. Pryor by himself shovels it into the slot. Xander Pryor for Cole Cummings. And Cummings firing a quick wrister on the forehand. Savory having to come up big with the left glove on the near side. 6:34 to go. Good chances for both sides. Seeing a little more offensive output through the first for the 99ers as opposed to last week's game. Brantford falling in a deep hole last week and having to play catch up. The 99ers getting the game's final 2 goals, but it wasn't enough as Waterloo hung on for the 4-2 victory. Ferris and Pryor scoring 4 minutes apart in the third at 8:04. A Cambridge player dumped in the corner. A goal by the Winterhawks, 6:10 remaining in the first. Lamontagne with the first goal for the Hawks. Lamontagne goes back to the left wing for the draw. .1350 time of the goal by Max Lamontagne. Dumped in around the near sideboard. Riley McCrae, I believe, with the first assist. Briscoe around the net for Penwarden. Penwarden misses the pass behind his back. Pereira near sideboard. Mogi to Bodagani. Bodagani winds up and it catches a piece of the stick at Alvestad and deflects into the glass near side. The weak shot off the near board beside the Brantford bench. And Kingsley making the save on the far post. The 99ers winning the draw, back to Woods, over to Adkins. Adkins through center to Palillo. Palillo in behind the defense. Ford tries to go in behind Witzel, the Cambridge defender. Gus Ford broke himself free on the pass from Guy Palillo, but Ford unable to get a good shot away. His shot just wide on the far side. Under 5 to go. Pass through the neutral zone. St. Mercy plays it in. Woods from the blue line. The short pass, gathers it back in himself, and the whistle going with 4:34 to go. Tonight's presentation of Brantford 99ers hockey brought to you by Arc Pro HD. Jablonski out to the right wing. Cummings, Penwarden, and Briscoe on for the 99ers. Briscoe moved off that left wing to the corner, shot by Alvestad. Penwarden gathers it in near side, short pass to Briscoe. Briscoe maneuvers his way in behind the net, throws a long pass to the right side of the blue line. Alvestad plays it to the far board, and Lamontagne, the recipient of the game's first goal, tried to play it out on the far side. Under 4 to go now. Lamontagne tripped up by Story, and Story gonna go to the box now for a tripping call. 3:53 to go in the first. So things will even up for a minute and 19 seconds. St. Mercy in the box for the Winterhawks. David Story in for tripping for the 99ers. Chardon Ford on the draw, the 2-10s. Ford plays it to the right side. Adkins the drop to Woods, excuse me. Interference called rather than a trip on Story. A nice backhand shot by Adkins, and Savory having to be sharp with the left shoulder to make that save. Cambridge right back the other way down the left-hand side. Gathering in the disc at the half wall is Nathan Ferris. Brantford unable to bring it out of their own zone, having trouble on the Cambridge forecheck the last 30 seconds. Here comes Ferris now, and Nathan Ferris head down. Phil Caputo with a massive check to the right side of the head on Nathan Ferris. And Ferris will remember to keep his head up the next time he comes through the neutral zone. Under 3 to go, and the Winterhawks will go to the power play here with 40 seconds remaining in the penalty to David Story. The interference call as Liu fires wide. Witzel top of the blue line. Josh Grant calls for the pass. Grant open, but breaks his stick on the forehand. Pryor through the neutral zone. Tripped as Grant regaining his footing through neutral ice. Played up and out down the far side. The 99ers go on a change as a result. And the penalty to Story now done, and Brantford back to 5-on-5 hockey. Grant at the sidewall. Ferris hit by Bodegani. Bodegani bodies his way past Ferris and clears the puck the rest of the way down the near side. Under 2 to go, first period of play. 1-0 Winterhawks on the Max Lamontagne goal at 13:50 of the first. Ferris down the near sidewall. Pereira checked from behind. Pereira tries to get a stick in between the legs of Bodegani. Alex on a partial break after getting by the Brantford defender, but Brantford able to break things up at the neutral zone. Inside a minute to play now. Horvath, the bounce pass off the far wall. Jablonski gets to the near corner first, so he plays a backhand pass around the far side wall away from Briscoe. Interception here. Horvath the pass to Parsons, and Parsons tries a wrist shot low to the ice. Jablonski may have got a piece of that. Pryor from the left-hand side, a second opportunity. Cambridge intercepting through neutral ice. Emerson Small, a shot low to the far side. Caputo picks it up, the ex-Brampton Bomber. And Ferris around the net, content to skate out the final few seconds as the horn goes. The only goal of the first at 13:50 by Max Lamontagne, and at the first intermission, it's the Cambridge Winterhawks 1 and the Brantford 99ers no score. The Zamboni making its final lap around the ice as we get set for period number 2. The only goal of the first at 13:50 by Max Lamontagne, assisted by Riley McRae. The 99ers coming out with a lot more fire in tonight's first period than last week. Brantford falling behind 4-0 to the Sutherland Cup semi-finalists last week, the Waterloo Siskins. Brantford also losing the back end of the home and home Sunday afternoon, 10-2 at the Waterloo Rec Complex. Brantford 0-for-7 on the power play on Sunday. The Siskins with 3 power play goals, and the Winterhawks come to their bench first following their first period 1-0 lead. Also in the GOJHL tonight, the LaSalle Vipers take on the Leamington Flyers, the top two teams in the West Conference from last season before being knocked out by the Chatham Maroons. And the London Nationals on the road in Sarnia to face the Legionnaires. The linesmen out now, the last few players off the bench for the Winterhawks as Savory skates to his net. And here come the 99ers. Kingsley to his net first. Matthew Kingsley seeing his first game on the year for the 99ers after ex-Strathroy Rocket Jack Moylan played the first 2 games, the home and home against Waterloo. Moylan also playing 2 games with the Kitchener Rangers, property of the Sudbury Wolves at the end of last season. Gus Ford out to take the draw for the second period. Guy Palillo, Bodagani opposite him, and lining up at center for the Winterhawks is Zach Magwood, who wins the draw 5 seconds into period number 2. Zetmanis loses the puck behind his back. Bodagani off the wall and out the far side. And Lamontagne tries to play it down the right wing. The puck bouncing, and Atkins able to glove it through the neutral zone back to the far side. Bodagani the swat pass, and Magwood just past the defender Horvath, and Magwood with an opportunity on the backhand, unable to get a stick on it. The shot from the far side, wide to the near corner. Jablonski, the puck in behind the net now, picked off by Gus Ford. Ford with speed, Palillo behind him, and Guy Palillo with a quick wrist shot to the near side. And Savory with the blocker save at the right stick side. 1:07 into period number 2 as the whistle goes. Tonight's presentation of Brantford 99ers hockey brought to you by Arc Pro HD as Pereira wins the draw from the neutral zone, plays it back to the far side, picked off by the Cambridge defender. And it's played in now to the left circle Brantford zone. Pereira backs up where he's hit by Jordan Shard. Shard has it slapped away by Woods. And the puck back out to the neutral zone. Caputo drops it to the defender. Witzel to the other side, and the return pass to Witzel misses the pass momentarily, picked up by Shell, and the pass by Shell into Jordan Shard, too far on the far side, poked away by Pereira past the end line Brantford zone. Nathan Ferris picks it up, slapped down the ice far side, and the play through the neutral zone, the Winterhawks, the defense slaps it from the far blue line, and it results in a clear breakaway. Magwood with the breakaway right down through the 2 circles. Headley on the draw, or Devin Shell, excuse me. Magwood in the number 9 sweater. Couldn't see Shell there, his back was turned to me as he fired a shot on the breakaway from that far side. Play back underway, Pryor plays it off the board. Up and out, and it's touched by Savory, who leaves it for the defender. Picked off, Cummings capitalizes on the turnover. He shoots and scores. Cummings 2 minutes and 46 seconds into the second period ties it up. Cummings fires the wrist shot to the near side. The turnover by the Cambridge defender, and Cummings capitalizes and ties the game up at 1. The error by Woods, and at 2:46, Cole Cummings ties the game for the 99ers. The Winterhawks at 1-2 on the year, and now the 99ers looking to equal that mark as they tie things up in period number 2. Picked off the shot, and the shot from the defender from the left fired wide. Jablonski the shot. Now the other defender, Zitmanis, fires a shot, hits a stick in front, and deflects out the near side. Josh Grant falling down, McRae as well, and Zitmanis plays the puck to the far side, and the stick of Christian Polillo goes flying. I believe Christian's first shift on the night, 4 minutes into period number 2, and now his brother picks it up and skates it around the net, heading toward the far side. Story the bouncing pass. Jablonski to the near wall, and it's the short pass ahead is thrown to the far side by Quinn Diamond. Story in behind his own net, skates out the far side, crosses over to the near corner, and he's hit by Bodegani, but he manages to get the puck deep into the Cambridge zone. Played up the center, Story intercepts right beside the Cambridge bench. Witzel turning around in behind his own net. Mitch Atkins trying to check him from behind. And the whistle going as the Winterhawks, with the long icing down the far side, exactly 5 minutes in to period number 2. Pereira and Lamontagne. Pereira the backhand face-off win, and Woods plays it down the near side. A broken stick in the neutral zone. Briscoe gathers in the disc and throws it in behind the Cambridge net. Lamontagne, the short pass, a little too far ahead of him, and 3 Brantford players meet Lamontagne, and enough of a hit through the center red line to send Lamontagne back on a change to the bench. And now, as a result, Lamontagne going to the dressing room. Not a big hit on Lamontagne, but when 3 men come together on the Cambridge winger, Lamontagne having to exit for a few minutes as a result. Let's hope Max is all right. Small from beside the right circle. Ferris slaps it away momentarily. Shard winds up the wrister, and Kingsley making the save at the far stick side. Caputo and Briscoe top of the blue line. Caputo plays it in behind the net for Shell. Devin Shell trying a short pass out front, and Briscoe now at the near corner, and Shell goes in behind him, plays it back up the right side of the blue line. Caputo falls down, and it's hammered up and off the glass by Pereira. Wood back for Cambridge, and the defender plays it to the half wall, and the backhand pass From the opposite corner, center ice now, the puck goes out of play. .13:03 remaining in the second as the draw to take place in the neutral zone. Xander Pryor opposite Zach Headley. The face-off played to the far board, and Cambridge brings it in. Headley behind the net. Alvestad to Pryor, Pryor to Polillo. Polillo tries to find Cummings on the other side, bounces off the skate of Nolan Ferris. Cummings picks it up with speed in the neutral zone, and Cummings carries it offside as the backhand pass to Nolan Ferris. The whistle going, 12:37 remaining. Gus Ford to take the draw opposite Headley. Ben St. Mercy on his right wing. Headley wins the draw. In behind St. Mercy, the Cambridge defense plays it back up to center. Adkins picks it up. Zitmanis takes it right back the other way down the right side, and the whistle going as a fallen player in the neutral zone. Ben St. Mercy in a lot of pain, holding his right knee as the Cambridge trainer comes out. Mercy now with his right hand up to his face. Mercy in agony as play stops close to the halfway point of the second. Cummings off the Cambridge defender Wood, his error at 2:46, tying the game. Max Lamontagne at 13:50 of the first with the first marker of the game for the Winterhawks. Ben St. Mercy, his right hand to his forehead now, and St. Mercy down for an extended period of time as Mogi and Steven Jablonski come to check on their fallen teammate. St. Mercy having to be helped off the ice, the right leg in the hands of the Cambridge trainer, as Mogi off to his left-hand side, giving a helping hand as well. Face-off in the neutral zone as St. Mercy will go slowly back to the Cambridge dressing room. Polillo in the neutral zone opposite Josh Grant. Gus Ford on Polillo's left wing. Adkins to the right. Story and Horvath back on defense for the 99ers. Cambridge wins the draw. Liu immediately turns it over. Liu turned it over down the far side, and Polillo with Gus Ford on a 2-on-1 as a result. Story over the left with speed, avoids the check of Witzel, and Story goes all the way in behind the Cambridge net before being stopped up. Liu brings it back to center. Horvath plays it down through the neutral zone. Opportunity here. Polillo breaking down through center. Ford down the right wing, and a backhand shot by Ford just wide to the near side. Adkins in behind the net. Witzel over center from the left wing with size around Horvath. A nice move by Witzel, and Horvath, a very big defender. The pass out from the far side Story and Quinn Diamond. Story giving Diamond a shot off behind the Brantford net. And it's Horvath that'll go to the box. The Winterhawks to their first power play of the second period. Magwood on the draw. Lamontagne, the Cambridge goal scorer, on his right. Caputo, the backhand to Bodegani. Bodegani, the pass intercepted by Penwarden and throwing the length of the ice. Cross ice feed here. Liu plays it to the high slot, actually closer to the blue line, and Penwarden intercepts and throws it down the near side. Caputo to the left wing. Lamontagne, the drop pass, and the shot by Bodegani picked off by Alvestad. Magwood keeps it in at the line. Bodegani beside the left circle. It's thrown around the board on a long pass by Magwood. Magwood back to Liu. Liu tries to return to Magwood. And the pass broken up. The 99ers try a quick line change. And Magwood offside. 54 seconds remaining in the penalty to Horvath. Brantford winning the draw. They throw it to the near corner. Zitmanis intercepts the cross ice feed, and it's played in by Witzel. Shard near side. Shell at the half wall, back to Zitmanis. Brett Parsons intercepts at the blue line, the shot. Parsons hitting the outside of the post, short-handed on the far side, and a delayed penalty. Parsons intercepting at the blue line, going all the way in by himself, down 3 lines, using the Cambridge defender as a shield, and firing a shot just wide off the outside far post. Brett Parsons, the ex-Elmira Sugar King, almost the go-ahead goal with 9:30 remaining in the second. An impressive shift, well short-handed. A slash off the far side by the Cambridge defender as the 99ers will go to the power play for 1 minute and 40 seconds here. Horvath back to the ice, and Adkins and Horvath crisscross, and Adkins taken out. Played down the far side. Phil Caputo taking out Adkins with a check on the far side inside his own blue line, taking his legs out from under him. Cambridge clearing down the near side this time, picked up by Story. Pass ahead down the left to Pryor. Pryor looking for a pass at the top of the left circle for Palillo, the centering pass. Adkins side of the net, and a fallen Brantford right winger on the other side crashing into the post, believed to be Mitch Adkins. Yes, it is Mitch Adkins on the cross crease pass. Adkins trying to tuck it in at the far side with 8:20 to go. Face-off neutral zone. Lamontagne and Cole Cummings. Briscoe off on his left wing. Horvath on the other side. Or Penwarden, excuse me. And Penwarden on that right wing tries to shovel a backhand pass down. It's intercepted. Bodegani now at the half wall. In deeper for Lamontagne. Lamontagne to the backhand, and the wraparound backhand pass by Lamontagne, looking for his second point on the night. And the shot by Horvath, the rising floater into the chest of Savory. 22 seconds remaining in the penalty to Witzel. Both teams change lines. Emerson, Small, Wood, Shard, Caputo out for the Winterhawks. Xander, Pryor, Ford, and Story on the points. Palillo on the right wing, and Adkins on the left. The draw won by the 99ers. Story to Palillo. Palillo plays it in past the end line. From in behind the net, Gus Ford, left point, the shot through traffic, and Palillo in front of the net. Two opportunities for Palillo there from the inbound pass from Ford. Palillo unable to get to either pass, seemed to be turned around on both directions. The shot off the right point from Story, and poking away in front is Pryor, looking for the second goal. Caputo to the net, Kingsley losing his stick, and the Winterhawks back to full strength. McRae plays it around the board, and back for the 99ers is Ferris. Woods up for Adkins, picked off by the Winterhawks. Quinn Diamond down the left wing. Adkins 3-on-2 developing on the drop pass from Guy Palillo. Bedenti also on that right wing as well. Haven't seen much of Evan Bedenti out there tonight. Bedenti out on the right wing on this shift. Josh Grant slaps at the near side. The turnaround by Riley McRae. And the whistle going on the far side. The Winterhawks, two good chances at the near side with 6:10 to go. And Zitmanis going to the box for some sort of an interference call down the far side. Lamontagne, Bodagani on the draw. Witzel on the far side to take the draw. Cambridge shorthanded. Pryor, Adkins, and Guy Palillo, the forward line for the 99ers. Face off deep in Cambridge territory. Cambridge wins the draw. Witzel whips it around the far side, and Bodagani plays it the rest of the way down the near corner. Horvath in behind his own net for the 99ers to Ford, back to Horvath, up the left wing and off the stick of Pryor. Witzel throws it quickly back down the near side. 25 seconds gone in the Cambridge penalty. Horvath to Ford, Ford rather, from center off the right wing. Adkins below the end line. Adkins deep for Brantford, now in behind the net, Pryor to Palillo. Palillo side of the net for Adkins. Adkins breaks it free from Jablonski, back to the left. Ford looking for a pass over to Pryor, side of the net, and the pass by Pryor too far for Mitch Adkins. The Winterhawks able to clear down the far side. Under a minute to go in the Brantford power play. 45 seconds as Ford plays to Cummings. Cummings the cross ice feed. Briscoe the drop to the right side. Alvestad in deep. The quick wrister by Briscoe, and Savory a little redirection to the far corner. Alvestad winds up the tip by Penwarden's side of the net. Penwarden, the quick tip shot from Alvestad at the right side of the point. Alvestad, the high rising shot, the shot, and they score! With 4:19 to go, the 99ers break the 1-1 draw. Paris Briscoe in front of the net, and the 99ers have the 2-1 lead with 4:19 remaining in the second. The shot off the right point, and the 99ers with 2 men in front. .15:41 the time of the goal. Polillo, I believe, drawing an assist. Cambridge, the pass in behind the net as the Cambridge defense plays it up to Emerson Small down the right wing. Alvestad 2-on-1 developing. The Brantford defender takes a shot, but Witzel back at the last minute. Alvestad playing the puck to his forehand and using his size to create space through the neutral zone. Alvestad with an opportunity down the left side to make it 3-1 Brantford. Briscoe, the Brantford goal scorer of goal number 2, plays it to the right-hand side. Pryor with Briscoe. Briscoe in the slot. Witzel trying to back check. Briscoe looking for his second goal. Turns around, pulls it from the backhand to the forehand, and slides a shot just wide to the far side. So Paris Briscoe looking very strong for the 99ers in the closing minutes of period number 2. Wrapped around the boards by Witzel. Ferris to Horvath, the bouncing puck picked off by Magwood. Magwood moves it ahead to the right side, taken away by Ferris over to the right-hand side, and the dribbling shot by Christian Polillo goes wide to the near corner. Pass ahead for Penwarden, backhanded away by Jablonski. Woods through center, tipped in by Pereira, but Jablonski gets his body in front of it, plays it back to neutral ice, and Witzel plays it the rest of the way to the far side. Lamontagne with a quick snapshot off the glass and out the near corner. The shot by Liu. Liu with the wrist shot from the right side of the blue line. Kingsley with the pad save. Action goes back the other way down the far side. And the Cambridge netminder Savory with a stop on the far corner this time. 1:12 to go. Ford with speed down the left wing. The shot, and Ford in tight to the net. Ford was on his backhand down the near side. I think he tried to pull it to the forehand to get a better shot away, but by the time he got his body momentum in position to make a shot, he was too close to the net to get a good one away with 1:05 remaining. Paris Briscoe and Cole Cummings with the 2 second period goals. Briscoe with 4:19 remaining, and Cummings just 2 minutes and 46 seconds into the second period. Wood, the Cambridge defender, with the miscue, and Cummings firing a wrist shot from the far side, going top shelf with the Brantford 1-1 goal. Face off out to the left of Kingsley. Shard with Lamontagne. As the Winterhawks take the draw, they win it, go to the power play. Wood to the far side. The return pass to Wood. Wood to Lamontagne to the far side to Liu. Liu plays it down beside the end line. The backhand by Shard. Looking for Mogi out the left wing, and Mogi takes the shot, or Shard rather, with Mogi underneath the end line, and Palillo backhands it back to center ice for the 99ers. The turnaround, the shot, and they score! A massive wrist shot by Max Lamontagne. Lamontagne with his second goal of the game, the power play marker with 28.5 seconds remaining. Lamontagne from the right circle, top of the right circle, hit the top corner far side. Kingsley no chance. Lamontagne with his second on the power play. Mogi and Shard with the first and second assist. The 99ers right back the other way, trying to regain their lead with 17.9 seconds remaining. With 28.5 seconds left in the second, Lamontagne hits the score sheet with his second. The beautiful wrist shot on the power play from the right circle. Pereira to the box, and the Winterhawks right back to the power play. Mentioned just a couple minutes ago, Brantford with the first and second goals before the Max Lamontagne power play goal. Briscoe and Cummings with second period goals for Brantford. And as time winds down in the second, we're now tied as the Hawks go to the power play. Badagani, top of the blue line, the shot, and it's gloved down. Badagani with the shot through traffic, and Kingsley with a save on the near side. 4.3 seconds remaining, so perhaps one last opportunity for the Winterhawks from the right circle as Lamontagne takes the draw, looking for the hat trick on the power play. Zach Magwood on the right, Badagani on the left. The one draw, Wood loses it forward on a break, but the buzzer goes. Wood losing the puck as time wound down, and the 99ers with a breakaway, but the time ran out in the second as they got just inside the Cambridge blue line. Lamontagne ties it up with 28.5 remaining in the second with a power play goal, and at the end of two, it's the Cambridge Winterhawks and Brantford 99ers all tied up at 2. The 99ers out first, just ahead of the Cambridge Winterhawks. The two teams tied at 2 going into the final period, barring overtime. Max Lamontagne tying things up with 28.5 seconds remaining in the second, the power play marker. Lamontagne with the very hard wrist shot to the top corner off the right-hand circle. Earlier goals from the 99ers, the go-ahead marker by Briscoe with 4:19 left in the second. That was the second goal of the game, the 2-1 Brantford marker. Cummings at the 2:46 mark. Lamontagne lining up for the draw to start the third. Magwood on his left, Bodagani on the right wing, Alvestad opposite Magwood. Parsons to take the draw for the 99ers, and Cole Cummings on the far side. Cummings with a first goal of the game, or excuse me, the tying marker of the game. Lamontagne with his first of two at the 13:50 mark of period number one. Lamontagne wins the draw to Liu. Liu at the near side, inside his own blue line. The crossover to Caputo, back to center. It's broken up by Parsons. Throwing in the far side, the quick wrister by Briscoe, who goes crashing into the boards. The interception at the neutral zone. Briscoe firing just wide to the far side, and his momentum carrying him heavily into the end board behind the Cambridge net. Magwood far side beside the end line. Lamontagne snaps a wrister from the right circle, so looks like a favorite spot on the night for Lamontagne. Once again trying another wrister from the right hand side. Caputo fakes a shot. Magwood through center. Lamontagne parked in front of the net. Caputo winds up the high rising shot by Caputo off the glass and in behind the Brantford net. 32 seconds remaining on the Brantford penalty to Ryan Pereira. Caputo has a look over to Magwood, far side Liu, and the wrister Lamontagne on the right-hand side beside the goal line. Caputo winds up. Lamontagne in the slot, pulls it to the forehand, and Max Lamontagne fires wide along the ice to the near side. Lamontagne once again with a big shift, and he goes off on a change. Liu inside the line. Penwarden looking for a forecheck deep in Cambridge territory. Witzel to the near side. Witzel scores. 1:56 into period number 3. Caleb Witzel on the near side. Witzel by himself down the near side and sneaks it in past the right pad of Matthew Kingsley. Witzel from Shell and Wood at 1:56. And the Winterhawks get their lead back. Cambridge looking to move to 2-2 on the year, looking to move out of the number 7 spot in the Midwestern Conference. The 99ers still looking for their first win. And the quick shot at the far side, Emerson Small with a quick shot, far corner. 99ers come the other way, possible 3-on-1 development. He shoots and scores! Xander Pryor on the wrist shot, top shelf. Pryor 3-on-1 with a Brantford defender in behind him. Pryor takes the wrist shot from deep underneath the right circle, and Xander Pryor ties this one up seconds later with 17:56 remaining in the third. The big forward out of Ohio, Xander Pryor on the Brantford number 1 line. The shot wide by Ford And the 99ers now looking for the go-ahead. So 2:24 at the 2:24 mark of the third, 28 seconds after the Caleb Witzel goal, and Xander Pryor puts the 99ers back to even. A backhander by Adkins. Jablonski takes it away. The pass past the left skate of Liu. Liu gets it back and tries to leave the zone opposite the far side. The quick shot by Cambridge off the far side. The weak wrister by Zach Headley. He goes off on a change. Brantford tries a cross-ice feed through the neutral zone, and the pass too far down the left wing, and play goes for icing, a face-off from the right circle Brantford zone. Small gloves it down at the half wall. Ford on him, Adkins back for Ferris. Ferris wraps it around the net, and Woods, the other 99er defender, throws it back to Adkins at center. Adkins down the right wing. Witzel intercepts. Right back is Small, and Small fires a shot off the glass and out. Adkins, Witzel back for Cambridge. Witzel swats a long pass into the far side. Adkins tripped up in the far corner beside the end line, and the 99ers to the power play. The game now tied up at threes as the defender Phil Caputo sits down for 2 minutes. Xander Pryor at 2:24 on the 3-on-1 takes the shot himself, hits the top corner. The 99ers back to even at 3, and now to the power play looking for the go-ahead marker. Bottagani back for the defender, wrapped around the wall and out. Penwarden plays it in from the far side. Savory leaves it for Jablonski. Jablonski off the glass. Lamontagne pokes it past Story, and Lamontagne down the right wing trying to use Elvestad as a screen, and he loses the puck, and it's poked to the corner by Kingsley. Story at center fires a long pass along the ice down the far side, slapped away by Witzel, and the disc goes the length of the ice, and Kingsley out to play it for the 99ers. Ford from the blue line with speed evades a check. Now another check down past Wood, and Gus Ford going the length of the ice, taking the shot from along the end line. Ford ran out of room for a good shot after going past the right winger and the Cambridge defenseman. Ford finally getting a shot away along the end line near corner. Pryor, the backhander, past Witzel, and Witzel runs him into the boards, and Pryor looking for a second goal along the ice. Savory making the save off the weak shot, and Pryor wisely ridden into the boards by Witzel. Pryor with the third goal, Witzel with the third goal for the Hawks. 99ers still on the power play for another 35 seconds. Ford, the cross-ice feed for Horvath. The shot, and Palillo in behind Jablonski looking to break free for a power play goal. The wind-up by Pryor, it bounces through the slot, and Adkins and Liu try to get the puck away from a fallen stick. The face-off outside the zone as the puck perhaps hit that discarded stick earlier on. Lamontagne and Magwood through the neutral zone. Pryor wins the draw, back to the defender. Pryor with the long pass back to Ford, and Ford brings it up and down the right wing for Palillo. Pryor end line, the backhand by Pryor. Pryor with speed out of the corner along the end line. Pryor again the shot. And Pryor with a wrist shot to the far side. Xander Pryor, the most important man on the ice this last few minutes. Pryor, the best forward out there in the last 6 minutes, as he got the goal at 2:24 to tie the game up at 3. Headley tossed out of the draw. The 2:22 taking the draw. Bodegani wins it. Briscoe picks it off. Centering pass, Penwarden. And Pereira has his stick lifted, and Phil Caputo brings it the other way. He's run into the board slightly from behind by Matthew Woods. Pereira the back check. Headley steals, and Zach Headley on the steal off the Brantford defender. Works his way in alone on the forehand and fires a wicked wrist shot wide to the near side. Pass off the board in between the two benches, picked up by McRae, and Ferris the last to touch it for Brantford as the whistle goes with 12:52 remaining. Max Lamontagne with a first goal. Lamontagne later on with a power play marker, his second of the game. Cummins and Briscoe with Brantford goals. Witzel the go-ahead in the third at 1:56, and Pryor on the wrist shot on the 3-on-1 down the right wing to tie things up at 2:24. Everybody tied up with the exception of 2 men back for Brantford in the corner near side Brantford zone, and the puck cleared the length of the ice. Caputo through center for Small. The check by the Brantford winger Briscoe. Briscoe, as mentioned, with an earlier goal. Liu picks it off over to the other side to Caputo. Kingsley out to play the puck. It evades his stick and goes down the near half wall. Centering pass, Emerson Small right in front. Jordan Shard the back pass to Small, and Small with a forehand. The quick shot short in the slot, and Kingsley with a save. Face-off now inside the left circle, 1:07 remaining in the penalty to Pereira. Liu left blue line to Bodegani. Bodegani far side. Bodegani gets it back and fires a high wrist shot hard off the glass in behind the Brantford net. Caputo to the sidewall, cross ice feed. Liu sets up, finds an open Caputo, and they score. Phil Caputo from Liu with 11:33 left in the third. And Caputo gets the 4-3 marker and puts the Hawks back out in front. So with the exception of the 2-1 Brantford goal in the second, the Winter Hawks have moved out in front of the 99ers on 2 occasions in this game. The go-ahead by Witzel and the now go-ahead by Caputo. with 11:33 remaining in period number 3. A good tight game tonight, a far cry from the effort of the 99ers on Sunday. The 2-0 perfect top of the division Waterloo Siskins hammering the 99ers on Sunday afternoon, but Brantford with a much better effort here this evening, looking for their first victory on the season. McRae and Henry at the red line beside the Cambridge bench. And it's whipped around the board, and Brantford brings it out. Bedenti the pass to center. The short back pass by Henry. Henry and Bedenti, fresh legs for the 99ers as they've rarely seen shifts here tonight. Jablonski out the other side for Witzel. Witzel with the 3rd Cambridge goal. Three goals here in the 3rd period. The 2 go-ahead markers by the Winterhawks and the tying marker by Pryor at 2:24. Just under the 10-minute mark now remaining in the 3rd. Parsons the last to touch for Brantford as the whistle goes 7 seconds past the halfway point of the final frame, barring overtime. Max Lamontagne out to take the draw in the neutral zone. Lamontagne sure to draw some votes for the 3-star selection with his 2 goals here tonight. Ford and Lamontagne on the draw. Dot closest to the 2 benches, and Ford plays it to the far side, slapped away by Kyle Liu. Liu with the assist on the Caputo goal. Caputo wide open at the far side at the 11:33 mark, or with 11:33 remaining rather, as the Winterhawks looking for their 2nd win on the season. Magwood 2-on-1, Badagani in past Ford, and Badagani with an opportunity on the far side. Ford 2-on-2, Witzel back, and Witzel muscles him off the puck. Ford the back pass, Badagani at the blue line and flips it in past center. Bouncing puck, Kingsley mishandles, and Kingsley has his helmet taken off. Magwood tries to swat away at the bouncing puck. Kingsley mishandled the puck, and Magwood trying to swat at it instead ended up swatting off the mask of Kingsley. That's a rare occurrence. Kingsley must not have had his helmet fastened securely. Rarely do we see something like that. 9 minutes to go now. The 99ers trying to tie things up in the remaining minutes, looking for their first home victory on the year. And Cambridge, after going 0-2 on the road, looking for their first road victory on the season. Losses in Kitchener Tuesday night, 3-2. Cambridge also defeated heavily last Saturday at the Sleeman Centre, a 9-2 loss to the Guelph Hurricanes. Shells shot wide, trying to keep it in at the right side of the blue line is Caputo. Caputo with the earlier go-ahead goal. Caputo head up, plays it in at the red line. Alvestad to the near corner, swats it away for the 99ers. And here come the 99ers 3-on-3 to the near corner. Briscoe the turnaround, and it's deflected by Shell right to Shard. Shard high slot, and the shot by Shard off to the far side, and a big right pad save by Kingsley. The two teams now going end to end. Liu turns it over. The shot by David Story, and a big glove save by Savory at the near post. Face-off neutral zone. The two teams traded opportunities on that last shift. Going end to end, two opportunities down in the Cambridge zone, one the other way for the Winterhawks. Lamontagne out to take the draw, left circle. Liu at the point, and Caputo at the opposite corner. Cummings plays it out the length of the ice down the far side. Caputo back for the Winterhawks. Caputo, a long pass. It deflects off the back of the skate of Cummings, and another clearing play. Pryor picks it off. A bad pass by Caputo, and Pryor tries to move it out the far side. This time bodied off by Lamontagne, who plays it back in behind the net. Back up to Lamontagne. Caputo, the back pass. The Hawks here having trouble getting out of the back half of their own zone, and they finally do, up to Bodagani at center, but they quickly turn it over once again. The shot wide, the Hawks on the power play here as Bodagani picks it up at the far end line, skates across in behind the near side, and it's thrown up and out by Keegan Alvestad. The 99ers going off on a full change. Under 7 to go, no opportunities in the Cambridge power play so far. Small to Witzel. Witzel down the near side end line. Shard head up, plays it back to the near corner. Emerson Small calling for it in the corner of Shard. He gets it. The shot, and the big shot by Shard inside the left circle. Tries to go in between the legs of Kingsley. The wind up, Witzel. And the 99ers now back to full strength. Witzel through traffic, and glove down by Kingsley at the near side. Josh Grant on the draw. Riley McRae on his left wing. Zitmanis and Caputo on the points for Cambridge. And Ford wins the draw, but he can't get it past Zitmanis at the left point. McRae rings it around the wall. Matthew Woods, head up, tries to play it down the half wall by Atkins. Picked off by the Cambridge forward, Quinn Diamond. And the 99ers play it up and out on a high flip pass by Mitch Atkins. Inside 6 to go. The Brantford defense back, playing it to the blue line. Woods plays it to the blue line. Ford picks it up. And the 99ers capitalize on play through the neutral zone. And the shot from the right circle. Gus Ford with a hard shot to the outside of the near post. And the 99ers look to tie things up with close to 5 to go. Pryor to the far side. Cummings in behind the end line. Chopping at the stick of Cummings is the defender Zitmanis. Pryor, a nice move, and Pryor works his way out from the near side and uses his size to create space and flip a backhand shot to the far corner. Pryor looking for his second, shoots it just high over the net. And Caputo to the box for the Winterhawks. Some kind of an infraction on Pryor, as Pryor with the open shot down the far side. Pryor now lining up for the draw. Shaken off by Lamontagne, and they redo the draw from the right circle. Lamontagne wins it back to Liu, wrapped around the board, stopped by Ford, and Ford can't find a pass or a shot, and Bodagani throws it down the far side. 1:44 remaining in the penalty to Phil Caputo. Ford, Palillo in front of him, back to the point, and 2 steps off the blue line. Horvath winds up, and a hard forehand shot deflected out of play on the near corner. They'll line up for the draw at the right circle, out to the left glove side of Savory, and this time they'll change the draw and take it on the other side instead. Pryor, the quick wrist shot right off the draw. Pryor with the forehand to the near side, and Savory coming up big with the glove. Palillo plays it off the draw into the far corner. It's wrapped around the boards by the Cambridge defense, and Zitmanis plays it on the near side, but not out. Atkins from the half wall, in behind the net to Palillo. 1:11 to go on the Cambridge penalty. Backhand near side, Palillo at the end line. Atkins with a chance, and Palillo looking for a shot at the end line, but the net going off its moorings at the near side. Palillo frustrated at the lack of a shot. He thought he had an open opportunity at the near side before the net went off. Unfortunate for the 99ers, the high rising shot by Gus Ford. Penwarden off the draw, and Ford top of the blue line with a hard shot. Cummings will take this draw. Penwarden in behind him. Lamontagne wins the draw, and Liu whips it off the glass near side, out and down the ice. Kingsley leaves it for Ford. Ford coming out the other way down the far side this time. Alvestad whips it around the board, out the near side. Cummings trapped up against the wall. Liu underneath Penwarden, and Bodagani swats it back to center for Cambridge. Lamontagne with the steal. Lamontagne off the right wing gets in behind Ford along with the puck, and Lamontagne close to his hat trick goal with 3:25 to go. I'd have to say a better effort from the 99ers this week as opposed to last. Unfortunately for Brantford, Pryor with the tying goal, and Brantford looking for their first home win on the year. But Caputo came back with the 4-3 go-ahead marker, but an improved effort over their 4-2 loss here last Thursday against the Waterloo Siskins. Jablonski with the high shot in, out to the far corner to play. It's the Brantford goalkeeper. The Winterhawks play it inside the Brantford line, and as the 99ers return to full strength prior to the slot areas that Manis takes it away. Brantford shorthanded, excuse me, the Cambridge player out of the box. So they played 4-on-4 aside. And now 57 seconds remaining in the Brantford penalty to Cole Cummings. Lamontagne earlier with the excellent opportunity, working his way down the right wing for the shot. Lamontagne looking for the hat trick. Cummings and Briscoe, second period goals for the 99ers, worked around the outside. Liu, the shot trickles off to the side of the net. Kingsley got a piece of that with the left pad. The shot wide of the net by Mogi. 16 seconds remaining. The 99ers clear. Liu back, possibly one last quick setup for the Winterhawks. 1:28 to go. Pryor with the tying goal at 2:24 of the third, but Phil Caputo with the go-ahead goal with 11:33 remaining in the third. No scoring through the last 11 minutes. Xander Pryor with an impressive game for the 99ers. Pryor with the bulk of the good scoring chances for Brantford in their second home game. But as we go into the last minute of play, the 99ers find themselves behind by one. Net now empty. Side of the net, Ford. Magwood back for Cambridge. Atkins, side of the net. Shovels out front for Pryor. And the shot off the near side, wide out the far corner. Under 30 seconds to go now. Atkins has to turn around at the neutral zone. Pryor tries to work his way through traffic. Knocks over Lamontagne. Palillo trying to glove it down with a right hand. And the Winterhawks, a shot by Lamontagne, and he scores! Witzel plays it off the glass. Lamontagne with his third goal. Lamontagne along the ice and calmly drifts a slow shot to the far side past all three lines, and the Cambridge fans celebrate as they'll take the short drive up Highway 24 and go home with a 5-3 victory. Jablonski killing off the final seconds, playing it around the far side. The buzzer goes. Max Lamontagne with a hat trick, scoring with 5 seconds to go in the third. The Winterhawks congratulate their goaltender, Owen Savary. Tonight's final score, the Cambridge Winterhawks 5 and the Brantford 99ers 3. For the Brantford 99ers Hockey Club, I'm John Molson. Once again, on the strength of the Max Lamontagne hat trick, the final goal into the empty net, it was Cambridge 5 and the 99ers 3. The next home game here next Saturday, the 27th, against the Stratford Culletons, 7:30 p.m. Good night from the Wayne Gretzky Sports Centre.